My name is Katie Fatma Mokadam. I'm a master corporate trainer. I'm a psychologist, a consultant hypnotist, an NLP master teacher, an energy master teacher. And I'm saying all of this. Hello, Amina. I'm saying all of this just to let you know that I've been in this path for the past 15 years, and my main work is to reprogram the mind for better living. I worked with the UN, with the family refugees, and my main work was on trauma, working and healing trauma completely by reprogramming the mind, rewiring the mind for not only better living, but also to be able to remove any blockages, because I call the tension and emotional tension, I call them electricity. And I'm going to explain to you a little bit why, but however, please feel free to interrupt me, ask me any question you want. As you can see, if someone is going through stress, or someone heard the bad news, or through any tension, either we have around our throat, certain feelings, certain pressure on our shoulders, head, stomach. So every feeling has a certain frequency. I've studied in a school in Germany that the main work was to be able to understand that love has a frequency, hate has a frequency, stress has a frequency, anger has a frequency, guilt has a certain frequency. And the more we start thinking about those frequencies, or the more we start thinking about those problems, the more we start producing more electricity. And the fact that we are not being able to overcome stress, depression, anxiety, it's because we're stuck at a certain time. And every time we revisit a certain incident that happened when we were kids or recently, we start feeling this fire inside. So I'm going to just ask you to do a small test at your house. And I wanted to scan and to see if there's any emotion you need to let go of. But today I'm going to help you through brain programming, through relaxation, because our previous webinar, it was about emotional freedom technique. And please feel free to share with all of us so we can hear, because it doesn't matter what the problem is, we're here for a reason. You opened this Zoom link today because you wanted to see if there's a way for you to be able to overcome this tension. So I'm going to ask you just to breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in deeply. And breathe out. I'm reading. Feel free to write down anything you want over the chat. So I'm reading. I mean, I want to know about trauma healing related to close relative passing away. What I can say that whenever we go through grief and loss, we go through a certain lower frequency vibration, because there's a feeling, but we're not being able to connect to the person, whether we are experiencing the feeling or a family member is experiencing this feeling. And this is part of trauma, because the mind, trauma means there's a question mark that logically the conscious mind cannot answer what's happening on the subconscious mind. And every time we revisit this feeling or whatever is connected in the mind related to them, whether it's a memory, a color, a food, something that they like, some incident, the mind starts taking us to that area where we have this question mark. That's what we call trauma, because the mind is not understanding. Basically, trauma is every time we went through a certain surprise, shocked feeling, anger, stress, anything that we were not being able to express to ourselves, or even to talk to ourselves and understand. And everything that we don't understand, the mind keeps it as a question mark, as I mentioned, and start generating those feelings connected to it. For example, I don't know how many of you were during the emotional freedom technique. I do brain programming, and based on brain programming, we know that the mind cannot tell the difference between reality and illusion. Imagine, the mind cannot tell the difference. So if you're watching a movie, for example, and there's a sad scene, you start experiencing emotions, and sometimes we become tearful because the mind is not separating if you're sitting on the couch or if you're experiencing the same thing. And I wanted to mention some guys that like to play football, and then you see them becoming so, I don't know the word that I wanted to say, but they become angry and they become happy according what's happening on the field in another country, and they start shouting at the coach, or at the player if they're not seeing where the ball is, for example. That's because what the mind is seeing, it's giving us a signal that it's happening at this moment. So when we go through a trauma and we start remembering what he did or what she did or how they reacted, it means that, thank you, Jasmine, thank you so much. It means that every time we revisit, we start to produce the same frequency that we had when the incident happened. And the mind cannot tell if it's happening this moment or if it happened in the past. And every time we go back to the past, this is amazing. Every time we go back to the past, we relive. Exactly, thank you, Amina. We relive the trauma, 100%. The reason I'm telling you this, it's because I will just share with you. I mean, I don't know how many of you, thank you, Amina, thank you so much. How many of you, they like, we dream, right? I don't know, not too many people, they have an active mind or they remember their dreams, but sometimes we wake up feeling good because we had a good dream. And sometimes we wake up feeling uncomfortable because we had a very bad dream or uncomfortable dream. And what happens is fascinating, because whenever we're having a good dream, the mind starts producing dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and so on. And we wake up feeling so refreshed, so powerful, we feel so good. However, if we're experiencing a bad dream, then we start producing the cortisol, we start producing the cortisol, which is the stress hormone. And then we wake up feeling uncomfortable, we wake up tired, we wake up demotivated. I think dream will proceed exactly 100%. We can't let out when we are awake, exactly because we are under the influence of what we saw during the dream. Please feel free to share with me anything you want. Even you can ask me, benefit from this webinar, so I can, I'm not saying I'm going to give you a free consultation at this moment, but I will do my best to be able to answer all of your questions. Maybe I can help you with something. Maybe I can just explain to you what's going on. Because even during trauma, we need to explain to the subconscious mind what happened. I will give you a small tip today after we do this analyzation. For people who were with me during emotional freedom technique, we've done it before. So I'm going just to ask you, please, if you can be in a quiet space, if you're in your car, in your house, just be in a quiet space. And I want you to breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in deeply and breathe out. And I want you to close your eyes. You are extremely safe. I am here with you. Just close your eyes. And I want you to focus on one thing that you want to let go of. You are here for a reason. Either you want to help someone or you want to know more about trauma healing. But there's a reason why we're here at this moment. So I'm going to ask you at home, or if you're in your car, in office, wherever you are, just allow yourself to close your eyes, forget about your surrounding. All right, Nisa, I will answer you shortly. Just forget about your surrounding, take a deep breath in and focus on that idea that you want to let go of. Focus on one thing that you want to let go of. And allow yourself just to scan. Scan your body. And locate where is the feeling. Some people, they feel it around their throat, other around their head. Some people, they feel it around the heart, solar plexus. Please allow yourself to focus on one thing you want to let go of. We all go through a lot during our daily routine, and this is normal, whether it's work, relationship, family issues, finance, whatever it is. Just focus on that feeling and locate the feeling. And please keep your eyes closed and focus if this feeling has a shape, what would it be? If it has a color, what would it be? Focus on the shape, the color. And now I'm gonna ask you an interesting question. If it has a scale, what would it be? Please allow yourself to focus on the feeling, locate the feeling, the shape, the number, 10 over 10, it is so strong. 0 over 10, you're not feeling it. And once you're done, you may open your eyes. And if you don't mind, since I'm doing a Zoom call and I don't know you all in person, if it's possible for you to share with me over the chat so everyone can see if you got a shape, a number, a place where you felt there's a feeling you want to let go of. I would really appreciate it because that would help others to see how the process is. I will be waiting your chat. You can send me a private chat or you can send it to everyone so I can help you to at least be able to release this tension. Thank you, Jasmine. Thank you so much for sharing the number, the shape, the color with everyone. Nessa, I will talk about anger issues and how to release it, because most of the time, the things that we don't know is that anger mainly is covered by hurt. Anger is never anger. Anger is an accumulation of so many things. Exactly. All right. I will take just one moment to be able to read. Guilt, not being able. Thank you so much, Amina, for sharing. I really appreciate that. Okay. Thank you so much. All right. I was reading your chat. I wanted to reply about the anger. It's very important. As I mentioned, anger is just covered. Thank you, Riwa. Thank you so much. Right now, I'm going to help all of you to release it. Anger is an accumulation of so many emotions, and hurt is one of the biggest emotion that's there. Because of so much hurt, we feel angry. In order for us to be able to let go of anger issues, because I also give anger management, is that we need to scan, we need to go deeper, we need to release one by one. We need to empty this head, empty ourselves on an emotional, on a deep cellular level, where we can release one by one all those accumulation in order for our system to relax. Because as long as we're angry, the mind is still giving us order and reminding us of the feeling. And there's something that's amazing. Guess what happens when you keep thinking about the things that are bothering you? They grow bigger, because we are the creator. I mean, if you look around you in your house, if you notice your decoration, the car, the phone, everything you see around you, we created everything. The mind is so powerful. So if you give the mind something beautiful to focus on, you see it expanding. And if you give the mind something that's sad or something that really angered you at a certain time, then you start giving it all your focus, and then it will grow bigger and bigger. And the more we're hurt, the more we revisit. And then we have this, we call it the alarm, the clock in our system, that whenever you forget, your ego starts throwing ideas. And then you start hearing the self-saboteurs telling you, do you remember what she did? Do you remember what he did? Do you remember what happened at that time? Do you remember? And then you start remembering, and you start going back over and over. Thank you, Amina. And then what happens is that the more you start thinking about it, the more you start producing more electricity, right? At the end of a certain cycle, because I also, when I give sessions, I'm very straightforward. I wouldn't say in one session, everything's going to be fine. I would tell you exactly how therapy works. We need a minimum of 21 days to reach an amazing result, but we need minimum 21 days of working in between. And what I do is that I know that our cells generates each 21 days. In order for us to release a habit or release a way of reprogramming the mind, we need a session every 5 days or one in a week. In order for us to be able to overcome it, we need 21 days. And the way I do all my therapy, whether it's trauma healing, anger management, whether it's couple therapy, even regression, NLP, any healing that we're doing, it depends on the technique and whatever suits you best. whatever I do is that I record most of the time and I give you a brain programming that you can follow up at home. The best result you can reach to overcome anything you want is using collaboration. I can give you 100%, but you're gonna take my 50%, and then 50% is up to you if you want to do a change when it comes to brain programming. So what I do is that I follow up until the issue is no longer there. And I'm just explaining more and more because this webinar is different than the emotional freedom technique. And I need to go back to answer most of your chats because I'm here today to make you feel better. But I would like to thank you all. Thank you, Rania. I really, really appreciate that you mentioned this. Thank you, all of you. I'm just reading the chat. I wanted to go back a little bit about anger because most of the time we don't know that anger also covers guilt, covers shame, covers so many things. And the way to be able to release anger is to go deeper and deeper to the core to clear that thing that keep producing and generating this electricity in our system where you no longer need it. And I don't know if I'm able to say this or if I'm allowed to say this, but I'm against medication. I'm against medication in any form because I know that medication, it's like drugs. It's just, I don't know how to use that word. It stops the feeling at a certain time. And whenever we stop the medication, the electricity and the emotions and everything that bothered us start coming up to the surface. So I'm against medication. And I know this is why I love brain programming, because I know that we've been through a lot and we survived, right? It's because we have a higher and stronger mechanism day by day. And if we look around us today, it's 2021. Companies and everyone around us are using artificial intelligence because they know that we need to follow up a certain update. And if we don't release, we clear our houses, we shower, we take care of our looks, we take care of our car and everything around us, our office, but we forget to take care of our mind and the accumulation of things that we're having. There is no one who's depressed. I do believe like each person has a tendency and ability of handling a certain amount of emotions. And using trauma healing, what we do is that heal myself. Okay. I will come back to you, Jasmine, 1 second. Using trauma healing, what we do is just that we write down. That's why we always offer a free consultation to know what therapy is best for you at the beginning, according to your character, because some people, they like active therapy, others, they like to sit down and sleep and relax and let others do the work. But however, I will always tell you that if you want to do a change, you have to put your 50% of responsibility, not to waste your money, not to waste your energy, and to reach a better result. There must be a collaboration. So if you want to work on anything, whether it's anger, whether it's trauma, whether it's anxiety, social anxiety, depression, whatever it is, all we need to do is just to be able to open as if you're just cleaning your house or you're decluttering your closet and remove everything that you no longer need. Sometimes it's sad to say this, sometimes we need to remove people because they're projecting or adding certain feeling, and sometimes we just need to clear our emotions. Going back to trauma healing, what I would say is that to heal trauma, all we need to do to see where it's located. Now that I asked all of you to be able to share with me the emotions, if you can give me 1 minute, I'm just reading Jasmine. To heal myself, like becoming happier by thinking all the time. Trying very hard, I'm feeling low and thinking, to be honest, I cannot afford a therapist, but I want to become fully happy. Okay. All right, Jasmine, thank you for your honesty. I really appreciate that. I know that especially nowadays, it's very, very hard to be able to pay for mental wealth and healing and so on. However, if you can use the tips, I think you were with us in the emotional freedom technique, and the tips that I'm going to give today, so you can be able to just work on yourself, on your mind during that time, that can be a good start for you. Amazing, amazing. So now I'm gonna go back to trauma healing. I ask all of you to locate the feeling, and you felt what it is, whether it's around the throat, the chest, the head, the knees, the feet, whatever it is. And then you scan the shape, the number. Now what I'm gonna ask you, please, just to breathe in. If you can close your eyes and follow the sound of my voice, it doesn't matter. Just breathe in and direct the breath straight to where it's needed. One more time, breathe in deeply. And breathe out. Breathe in. And allow yourself to close your eyes. Forget that I'm here. Just follow the sound of my voice. And direct all the oxygen, all the healing, just straight to that area where you felt this tension, where you felt this number, where you felt this color, the orange color, the scale 7, 6, 8. Just allow yourself to direct the breath to your shoulder. Just allow yourself to breathe in deeply, to your legs, whatever it is, and see yourself breathing it out. One more time, breathe in deeply. And breathe out. Breathe in. Again, allow yourself to breathe in. Bring your breath straight where the feeling is, and allow yourself to breathe it out completely. One more time, breathe in deeply. And breathe out the remaining feeling, the shape, the color. See it leaving you, leaving your system completely. Now I want you to scan. Scan the feeling one more time. Scan the shape. Is it the same or it changed? Please share with me. Scan the number. The number is less. Just allow yourself to scan and share it with me. Once you're ready, you can open your eyes and write it down. We're going to do another time breathing. Once you're ready, please share with us if the feeling is less, if the number is less. If the shape is the same. I would like to mention that it's very challenging for me to look at myself over Zoom, not seeing all of you and not having an interaction with you to be able to understand clearly how I can help you. So if you can share with me any changes about the feeling, or even if you have any question that I can help you during this webinar, it would be amazing. Are you hearing me? Can someone tell me if you're being able to hear me, please? Lisa, thank you for sharing. Is lower, but you can't put a number, okay, just because you're addressing everyone. Yes, it's true. It's true, Nisa. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jasmine. How it's possible to improve communication about the feelings, so we let it out. I will explain. My went from 6 to 3. Okay, thank you, Sonia. Thank you, all of you for sharing. What you saw at this moment, when we communicate with our body, when we locate where the feeling is, can the feeling come back? No, no. The feeling does not, what I'm trying to say, once we release the feeling, within 21 days, you need to do this practice. Every day you write it down and you see how much, for example, if the number is 3, you keep breathing in and release it out of your system. I'm sure many of you, starting from 2011, we heard a lot about the law of attraction and so many things like that. I would say that the concept, there is something right about the concept, but not fully. And the idea is that we attract, of course, of what we're feeling inside. If you look at relationships, many of my clients, for example, they used to be with someone who has alcohol problem or drugs problem or any kind of problem. They would stop the relationship. 5-6 months later, they would come back. They're in a relationship with another person who's having the same problem. And it's a pattern. What I'm trying to tell you is that the more we start clearing what's inside, you will reach to a certain point that you will no longer have it. So you will no longer click with the same vibrational frequency outside. I hope it made sense what I'm trying to explain at this moment. Exactly. Thank you, Amina, for sharing. It's 4. Okay. So we're going to do one more time. One more time. We're going to breathe in and to be able to focus on the feeling. For those who just joined us recently, please, I'm going to ask you to breathe in. Focus on one idea. I was telling everyone that we are here for a reason. Either we want to help someone using trauma healing, or we need to let go of any emotional tension. So I'm going to ask you, please, if you can just be in a corner in your house where you're undisturbed and very relaxed. Close your eyes and focus on one thing that you need to let go of. Breathe in and breathe out. One more time. Breathe in deeply and breathe out. Forget that I'm in front of you at the screen. Just allow yourself to close your eyes. Focus on one emotional thing that you want to let go of. And for those who started already, I'm going to ask all of you just to, again, scan the shape, see where it's located, the color, number, 0/10, you're not feeling it, 10/10, it's too strong. And I'm going to ask you just to breathe in, close your eyes, and allow yourself to direct the breath straight to where the problem is. For example, if you feel it around your throat, just breathe in, close your eyes, and bring the oxygen here, and just allow yourself to see yourself clearing it. As I told you at the beginning, I spoke about trauma healing, and the mind cannot tell the difference between reality and illusion. If you give order to the mind to release the problem, it will be gone. But you need time. You need 21 days, and you need to keep revisiting until you make sure that it has no longer any emotional charge in your system. Exactly like what what Amina just said. Because, you know, when we go through a breakup, when we go through a stress, if you look back through your life in the past, you've been through many challenges, and look at you today. You're fine. You're absolutely fine. So just allow yourself to understand that our body, our mind, we are programmed in a way to be able to release and to let go, because we're receiving new information, we're letting go of the old. But why waiting until the natural process to happen, not to be able to help yourself naturally by just breathing in and allowing yourself just to direct the breath where you need to let go. So please breathe in, close your eyes, forget that I'm here, just close your eyes, focus on the feeling, breathe in and allow yourself to release all the remaining feeling, all the remaining shape, all the remaining tension, and just breathe it out. It's so simple, and you can do it at home. And once you're done, you can open your eyes and share with me the shape, the color, the number. Just allow yourself to smile and see yourself smiling. I am here with you. Just take your time, open your eyes slowly, slowly. If you can share with me the remaining feeling. And meanwhile, I would like to mention something. If you can just grab a paper and a pen, if it's possible, and write down the remaining feeling. Write it down on a paper. Write down everything that you want to let go outside your system. Thank you, Amina, for sharing with me. Thanks for sharing with everyone, actually. It's not there anymore. Amazing, Rania. Amazing. I'm so happy for you. Feeling natural, more happy. Thank you so much. We're not done yet. I'm going to add more positivity and relaxation. Thank you so much for your patience. And now for those who, yes, just 1 second, please. I'm reading. I'm so happy to hear this because we're just doing it online. And I have been facing so many challenges. In 2016, I started my own telemental clinic worldwide. And now I find a lot of people are finding it very hard to have sessions online. And as you saw, you're feeling much better at home just by following the sound of my voice. Thank you so much. I'm going to ask you just to grab a paper and a pen, take a moment and write down. Write down for now, because we're doing and we have a short time, just write down the name of the problem. Give it a name. And once you're done, I'm going to ask you to torn the paper, crumble the paper and put it in front of you. Just grab it and put it in front of you. I'm so happy to hear this, Nisa. I'm so happy that I was able to help even through, we're doing a general cleansing. Now you can grab it, please, and just breathe in. Put the paper in your hand. Close your eyes again, because through brain programming, all I do is through the sound of my voice. So it doesn't matter, just close your eyes. And I want you to grab the paper, just crumble the paper and just direct all the remaining emotions that you want to let go of straight to the paper. Take a deep breath in, clear the area completely, and see yourself replacing this area with light and nothing but light. See yourself filling this area with light and feeling so comfortable, so relaxed, so happy, so content. And notice yourself smiling. Once you open your eyes, I want you to take the paper and throw it in the bin. And allow yourself to smile. I hope I can see your faces smiling. Allow yourself to shine. So today I just gave you 2 tips to be able to release all tension, all fears, all worries. All you need to do is communicate with yourself. And now I'm going to share with you the 3rd tip. Usually I give most of my clients this tip because sometimes we realize if we're hurt, we go to other people, friends, I don't know, therapists, whoever, that we get the chance because we wanted to express. And of course, sometimes you need someone to assist you, a professional one, because as you know, some of our friends, they can have empathy to listen, and others, they have sympathy. So they just feel sorry for us, and they feel sorrow, but they cannot connect with us. And most of the time, they start giving us unasked advice, right? What you need to understand is the long relationship you will ever have is between you and yourself. So what you need to do is just communicate with yourself. My last tip is very funny, but I will ask you to go to the bathroom or to your room and close the door. Just have a small space and focus and speak out loud about the person. If there's an action that you didn't like, and I'm sorry, for example, I'm going to say if someone has an inferiority complex or superiority complex, or someone is jealous, or someone is not loyal, or someone who's not clean with you, you would say to yourself, and you let yourself hear, I believe, let's say, I'm going to say XYZ because I don't want to say a name, is like this. And you start saying what you believe between you and yourself about the person. And the moment you start hearing yourself talking about the person and naming the problem and naming what the person did, there's an amazing connection that you will make between you and your mind, because the more we hear ourselves, the more we understand. And the reason we go to other people and try to express or tell them our problems, it's because we need to let it out. And we need to understand. And the more you hear yourself, the more you understand the perception of the problem. So this is the 3rd tip. I will tell you, just be in a place where you're alone and say, if your boss, for example, or anyone at work or at home, just say, I believe this person is this, this, and that. And say it out loud. So your mind, your conscious and your subconscious would understand, and you would work on the same level of understanding. And the moment you do this, there's a certain understanding that happens on a deep subconscious level. And this is where you start unwinding the trauma, the anger, and so on. So that's it for today. I just gave you 3 tips. If you have any question before I close, please feel free to ask me. Even you can share a question. You can just remove the mute and share it without typing. It doesn't matter. Without saying who's having the problem, you can ask me anything. I will give you 2 minutes. If you want to ask me anything, I'm here. I hope I was able to help all of you. Thank you, Sisi. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot, Nisa. I really appreciate your comment, and I really, really like what you're saying. I'm so happy that I was able to help, even though it's general. And of course, when we have a deeper problem than this, I'm here to assist you and help you. And to be honest with you, I prefer to have a free consultation at the beginning, because we perceive things differently, and we have different elements, and based on elements I pick each session. For example, some people, if they are fiery or they have an active brain, I cannot give them something that's very relaxing for them. It doesn't work. So for this reason, everyone, this is why some therapy work, other therapy does not work. First of all, you need to have we are scanning. I mean, when I see you face to face or online, you're scanning me, I'm scanning you. This is the first thing. You have to have acceptance with the therapist or doctor or whoever is helping you. The second thing that I would give you the advice for is to be able to communicate, to see which therapy is best for you, for your personality, what helps you more to release, and then you can proceed. So personally, what I do is that I give a personality analysis when we are doing the free consultation, to be able to know what helps you best. It might be trauma healing, it might be regression, it might be NLP, it might be EFT, it might be hypnosis, it might be many other anger management, couple therapy, it doesn't matter. But the main thing is to have the consultation in order for you to know what suits you best. And as you know, consultations are free in Illuminations, so you can have it with me online, and we can decide what's best for you, and then I will guide you, help you, and assist you. But I'm going to be honest with you. Some people, of course, you're gonna get results. I mean, you got results right now, and we're not working one-on-one, but in order for you to be able to solve an issue that's been there more than 3 months or 6 months or 5 years or 10 years, we need more time in order for us to do the reprogramming, because what I do is just programming the mind. And there is no physical medication or anything. All we need to do is just to be clear with our mind and to be able to declutter. I'm going to read the chat. Oh, thank you so much. I will ask them to contact you, Jasmine. I think you need to contact Illumination. To be honest with you, I can give a number here. I think it's RJ's number, who's responsible for booking. Maybe I will text it right now. I don't know if it shows in the chat, to be honest, but I'm gonna try. And I will ask them to be in contact with you as well. If you can give me 1 minute, please. Okay, I hope I'm not mistaken, but this is the number. And I will ask them to send you an email asking you if you wish to take a free consultation. You're most welcome. I hope I really helped all of you. And if you have any question, you can always ask me. You're most welcome. Can I get your email ID? I need to. You can have a free consultation with the number that I mentioned. I think also they have a WhatsApp. You can contact them, and for sure we can, of course, share the email. I mean, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I will ask them to send all of you. Okay. I think they have the list, and I will tell them to send all of you a number where you can contact all of them, and for sure you can share with me. I'm not sure I can be able to share the email or the number. It will be through the free consultation, of course, if there's anything you need to ask me. I wanted to say have a great evening. If you can contact Illumination and book free consultation with me, of course, I can answer all your questions. I'm sorry I'm not being able to type. Have a great night, and we will talk soon. Thank you. Bye.